Hello everyone, I'm Undead Horde here on YouTube, aka Nathaniel, and we are back again with day 8 of our daily quests. So, we will do our login. Day's worth of XP, that's pretty good. We have our free offer in the shop. Bada boom, bada bing, bada ba. Let's take care of some level ups here. We got to do 3 levels. Who looks like they could do it? You know, we'll give it to the Skull Squire. Perfect. Now we have the artifact something or other. Artifact equipment. Upgrade. It's all very basic easy stuff. I'm sure these videos kind of will eventually. I'm getting boring. I'm actually going to upgrade this weapon here and see how it rolls, because it might be a I don't know. Like I said, it might be a decent weapon. If it rolls, oof. I don't know. I'll think about it. It's not bad, I guess. With being this early on in the game, I could definitely see some uses for it over like other artifacts or things like that, potentially. So we did well. We actually did manage to complete through the live arena tournament that was going on. So we got the silver chest. I did not crack the silver chest yet. I actually want to do that on video so everybody could see what I got as a reward. Really hoping for a 4th ancient shard. Speaking of the ancient shards, we have 3 of them. Do I remember where they all came from? The answer is just no. One of them came from completing a challenge mission. I know that much. And one of them came from Spider's Den. I got it as just a reward, but I cannot for the life of me remember where I got the last one. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. We also did complete one of the a classic arena mission, that like the first one or second one, and so we did manage to upgrade one thing inside the town hall. We put the accuracy into force because a lot of my units are mostly because Death Knight is a ultimate Death Knight is a force unit, and I want the best out of him. Is part of the reason why I went with force as my first one. But there's also a fair number of just other undead units that are force affinity. So that's why I went with the force one first. We've actually been doing surprisingly well throughout Classic Arena, and I really just think it's blatantly because of how good UDK is and how good like his abilities are, that he just takes so much of the damage that anybody else would tank, that my guys stay around for pretty long, which gives me an actual chance to break through, just break through the enemies like lions. And once one of their guys goes down, it just becomes so much easier to start picking off the other ones. I wish I was doing more damage on some of these people. I'm not gonna lie, like I wish the bloat wraith was doing more damage, but he's still only 4-star and stuff like that. So there's definitely room for improvement when it comes down to even just like the levels alone would do so much, but artifacts as well. He doesn't have a ton of good ones on him, so there's definitely room for improvement for sure. Beautiful. Got that as a W. Who would I want to go up against? I don't think we could beat this team. I could try it. I just don't think we're going to win. I've definitely beaten like Mikey teams before, but Mikey and Alice, as long as they even have like semi decent builds, to them it. Ooh, ooh. Wait a minute. The Elhain falls pretty soon. The Alice is taking a crap ton of damage. That is. I forgot the name of that undead champion off the top of my head. Vogorath. I'm sorry, I sound like an idiot right now. I will look it up afterwards. It is close. UDK is just really strong though with his passive, because now I'm up, well, 30% additional on all of my HP, defense, and speed, and that just might be enough to honestly break through. I mean, it's just Michelangelo left, and he clearly isn't going to be doing enough against me. Ooh, did get close. I did run my mouth almost a little too much there. Thankfully, it ended up working out in my flavor, but it could have really gone south. I guess I'll try this team. I kind of like my odds. Don't love them, but I also don't hate them either. I feel like there's at least a decent chance. I wish these runs were going by a little bit faster, but we're getting into a higher point in arena, so I can't expect too much. I will say, the team is doing a lot better than I thought it would. I will eventually sit down and actually craft out like a future team that I want to like try and build. The team will definitely consist of UDK and the Bloat Wraith as of right now for the future, but I don't know if I have any better units to take over the other 2 slots. That would be the ultimate goal. So I'm not 100% positive on that. So what do we want to do here? Oh, as you can tell, we are actually in Horde now, which is pretty good. We've actually managed to beat all the way up to stage 12 of Horde and have been absolutely struggle busing to get any further in Horde right now. So it's gonna happen, I guess. You know, we managed to make it through 12-1, and then I cannot beat anything else as of right now without losing a champion. And so I'm trying to 3-star everything. So it's has made it extra difficult trying to do that currently. But I'll figure it out. I was really hoping I had it completed so I could have the Sacred Shard for this video, but it's just not going to work out that way. I do have a question for anybody who's made it to this point in time in the video. Should I use the reference like program in which I could get free shards and stuff like that? I'm debating it because access to additional shards would just be really, really good, honestly. But it takes a lot of time. It can take a decent amount of time and effort into doing that. And I don't have a ton of time as it is, especially when I'm trying to put such a focus onto this account where I don't know if it's fully worth my time to doing it. So I am very back and forth right now on it. You guys will have to let me know down below what your thoughts are. Should I spend some time doing the program, being able to get the additional void shards and the sacred shards and stuff like that? Or is it better that I run the account without it? I was also really, really, really sad to see that I was watching a Cobb video today, and there was a very, very limited time offer going on in which you could start out with like Hollow Knight, I believe his name is, or the reward champion that was a Halloween from a few years ago. That is actually now temporarily the free champion you can get as like a login using the using that creator's like link, which is very upsetting to me. So I really could have had a 2 legendary start with UDK and him that I just am not going to have, which I could have started off with a player reference code anyways, and I could have got the Mausoleum Mage at level 30, but I actively made a choice not to use it just because I wanted this to be a little bit harder of a challenge, and I feel like if I gave myself a bunch of free characters, it wouldn't be as good. And I know like some of the other ones I wouldn't be able to use, but for the future, like when I can use them, being able to have like an Ugo already on the account, and I forget who the other one is that you can get, but like that's a decent start into some other clans where it's like, I don't know, I want this to be full challenge mode. But however, if I really did see that back then, I probably would have considered, if I thought before starting the account, I probably would have genuinely considered using it, just because of the chance of just, he looks so cool. He just looks so cool, and just having the opportunity to use him would be so much fun. So, I don't know. It's kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's all for the challenge, right? It's all for the better of the challenge to make it a little bit more difficult on myself anyways. It just makes it more interesting. So, another point of topic we need to talk about in this video is we have a fusion that we're going to be looking at today that we can grab, and I am extremely excited for that. I really wish his runs were going by faster. They are just slow. But we do have a fusion that we're going to be taking a look at today. I am excited. It won't be one I'm going to use probably for a little while, but I can get her. So that's fun, I guess. And then the 3 ancient shards, I'm very excited to open those up. Just because, because of the chance of getting a new champion for the old team. We are definitely looking for specialized champions. We are looking for champions that are really going to stand out in specific areas of the game to help us be able to take charge into those areas. But one of the biggest champions I'd be looking for is a speed aura lead champion who is at least decent in arena, in classic arena. That would be like the first thing, because I really want to make it to at least like gold 5 or whatever, or gold, what does it start, 1 2 3 4 5, it goes up from there. I'd like to make it to at least gold 1. That would be like the best case scenario. That's where I start getting better drops from the chests, which is nice. I'd have a significantly higher bonus to all of my characters, which would be really, really nice to have right now. So I think getting a speed aura champion that can be used in arena is probably one of the bigger goals that I have, just because that, like I said, the free passive stats is undeniably good, and that's something that I do not want to miss out on the opportunity of getting, and I really should grind to that point as soon as possible, because it'll just make other areas of the game just easier. And then also getting the chance to grind out more and have more stuff for the town hall, get more of my affinity things up would be good, and it's just going to get a lot easier the higher up that I get. So that's where I'm at. Another thing, I guess from there, maybe just getting like a better, maybe like one other better champion for like spiders that I could build into. Death Knight I think is going to be good for spider. We know the Bloat Wraith is good for spider. I don't hate the Dompire in a spider setting, but I think that's kind of like where things truly end. and I would need somebody who just does better. But also, like, a good turn meter controller is also just really needed on this account. I need a lot of things. This account is slacking in a lot of areas. But it's going to be that way for a hot minute. And that is A-okay. Something I just need to learn how to accept and claim. 5. This is it. That's a beautiful amount of gear there. I hope it's at least decent. It might be a good upgrade on the bloat wraith gear, potentially, on some of it. Would be an ideal way of using it, or possibly the Dompire. So we can take a look at it. This actually could be very good on the bloat wraith, because the bloat wraith cares a lot about having HP. So if I fell really nice into the HP percentage on this, it could be nice. Speed. If I could roll into speed on the helmet could be very good. Crit damage and health. Again, if I rolled into health, this could be very good for the bloat wraith. Gauntlets suck. Gauntlets I have to basically trash. Because flat rate attack is just not going to cut it. So they're just sold. HP percent chest plate. This could be very good also on the bloat wraith. Wow, there's a lot of... Oh, I do have one. They're the same, but this one could roll into attack percentage. What the crit rate? I don't know. Speed boots. Flat rate attack boots. No bueno. No bueno. No bueno. Sucks. Well, a couple of usable pieces. Alright. We are actually going to do La Fusion first. And then we will be taking a look at the shards. Alright. 1. Did I not? 2. 3. I thought I built you already. What are you talking about? I didn't build you. What do you mean? I could have swore. Did I build the wrong person? 1, 2, 3, 4. I built the wrong person. Well, guys, we are not going to be doing a fusion in this video. It'll be saved for a different video. My apologies. Okay. Ancient Shard. That's very embarrassing. Ancient Shard summons. We have the Penitent, I believe. Probably food. Undead Horde. Nope. Nope. Runic Warder. Alright, here we go. Epic Undead Horde champion coming our way. No. No. Well, we tried. Nothing I can do about that. Like, I did the best that I could. This game really doesn't want me to have nice things, though. With that being said, we will work... Oh, you know what? I'm becoming too hasty. We have our silver chest. The silver chest could prove to be useful in potentially getting another ancient shard. Come on, baby. I might as well collect that, collect this, collect this, collect this. Let's go ancient. It's good. Like, it's usable for sure, and there's going to be a lot of better case uses for having that. However, Oh. That's interesting information. However, I was not as lucky to have getting the ancient shard that I wanted. But I digress. The XP is good. We need to build up more food. We have been slowly working on it. We took a miniature pause on working on it so we could actually build up for the fusion material that didn't end up working out for us because I was mistaken on one of the materials, and that really blows. Yeah. It's alright. It just saved for another video. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? We are hunting down material as well for the Lich fusion that you can do. I want to get that done because, well, it'd be very helpful to have the Lich on the account as just an additional champion that I could build and look at using. It could be very better than other people. There's one more uncommon I need to get, and that's the Dead Crusader, who I really want to max out and have him built. There's a lot of fun I could have with him, I feel like, and I just need to get there. So these runs do take a hot minute, unfortunately. They're like 4 minutes a piece, which does kind of suck. But it's the price you pay for, it's the price you pay to get the damage you need. Unfortunately, I'm not at the point in which I can do the 1.15 million to quick battle this, which I am excited to get that point. That is a goal. That is going to be the next big goal here, doing clan boss if they hit the 1.15 million. So like a quick key normal at least, and it makes this portion of the video significantly faster, because unfortunately this portion of the video takes 8 minutes to get through. If not longer, if the team just does better. So, unfortunately, we are in it for the long haul. Very happy. Like I said, I would like to get the Bloat Wraith up higher. I think the Bloat Wraith could do very well inside Demon Lord. Once I get the levels and better artifacts on him to do so, and like would love to get some like a ring and stuff that I can actually put on him. Been struggling to get amulets. I've been running through spiders, and I just cannot for the life of me get any amulets to like really drop in spiders right now, which is indeed very unfortunate. I would love to have the additional stats on my characters or my champions. I'm just not getting there. But it's going to be a while. Obviously, I understand that these things happen, and I can't complain too much. We have made a solid run on spiders. We can technically beat through Spider 6. Stage 6. It's just not consistent. I don't know what the actual like win rate is. I know I can do it, but it's just not consistent enough for me to fully know like if it's better or not. But I beat through stage 5. I don't think I've failed stage 5, or at least I haven't, or at least if I do, it's like 9 out of 10 times I'm passing it. So it's only like the 10% that I don't, which isn't bad by any means. So I would much rather take that than whatever the odds are that I have on the 6. They're just not great. So here we go. Like I said, we want UD. We really want to be hitting between 7 and 8 as of right now. And then as we slowly get the champions up, start really pushing for that like million slot and onwards. 802 is healthy. I think that's a good place to be in. It's definitely more damage than yesterday, which there wasn't even that much that I did today to this specific team. So like the Dompire's now at like max level 50. That's different. I think possibly the sorceress or the Dompire has like a ring on them, but it's not a good ring by any means. I got the UDK into a better ring, but only slightly better. It actually decreased my attack by -1, but I was able to increase my HP and something else, and I'm like, I think it's worth it just for the additional HP to lose the 1 point of defense. Because I'm sure 1 point is not making a big difference when it comes down to damage. So I'd much rather sacrifice that. I will say I've also gone up at least 1 stage inside Arena, maybe 2 stages inside of Arena since last video as well. So the additional stats contributed from that could also be at least a small component as to why I'm doing better, slightly better here now than I was yesterday, despite there being not a major jump in changes to the old account. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? 26 minutes. Long video. It'll be about half an hour long video. We are getting there. We're getting somewhere, at least. It feels like we're getting faster. Things are getting better. I'd honestly love to be at a point in which I could be ending these videos underneath 25 minutes. And we are getting there. You can see like remnants of it. But things just not go as well. Like for a campaign, it just took me like 8 minutes just to run through the campaign section there. Like between 7 and 8 minutes to run through the campaign section there, which is pretty rough and not great for timing. But that's fine, right? These are like the risks that you take. Just because UDK is not like the best farmer. He's fine, but I guess, like I said, tackle enemies on the A1 is much more preferable than anything else when it comes down to a campaign farmer, and I just don't have that with the UDK. What the UDK does offer me, though, is a lot of survivability, which is phenomenal, but it doesn't make for fast runs. And that's kind of my biggest struggle right now. When it comes down, or part of my struggle when it comes down to at least farming fast campaign for these videos. And I could have done it with like the Dompire, like the level 50 Dompire, and I could have done so much faster, but then I'm losing out on the opportunities of getting the XP, and I really don't want to lose out on that. So it's like I'd much rather take the chance of the longer, show the grinding of the food alongside of it, and doing that and not just to save. Like, I'd rather do that versus being able to save like 3 minutes or something or other. Like, I don't think it would have saved too much time in any of this. So everybody's wiped. It's down to UDK. We're at 661, 669. Are we going to be able to produce another 100,000 damage, 100,000 plus damage in this position? And I don't know if we are. I don't think we're going to get to quite the same point as we did last time. I could be wrong. The UDK could surprise me. It depends on how the RNG goes, and that is a big portion of it is RNG. We are looking decent. 3 hits in a row is nice. 3 hits in a row is so nice, because that just ticks down on the turns for the shield and the continuous heal that we need. So 783, not as good, but definitely not. It's only like 22,000 lower, which isn't bad by any means. We're still hitting the 1.58 range, which is pretty good, and definitely putting us at Warrior's Chest, which is extremely helpful. All right, I think that's the majority of what I want to do for this video today, for you today, guys. Sorry, it could have been, a little bit more entertaining with the summons and things like that. Definitely missed out on a lot of good opportunities on some of these summons, but things like that just kind of happen. And there's really only so much that can be done about that, unfortunately. So, but otherwise, I think, we're getting in a good position on the account. I feel like we're getting to a point in which I can see the road and how that's going to lead me ahead. So it's just continuously paving down that road is like the goal as of right now, and just seeing fully how the future takes us. Should I do this? You guys want to see more summons? I'll buy them. I'll buy more summons. No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that today. I don't mind going through the mystery shards, though. The video's already kind of running long, so maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But the mystery shards just do have the chance to drop an ancient, which would be nice to get. And even though it seems like such low odds, but I feel like I've had some situations where I've done really well and some that I've just done really horrible. I know in one of my accounts, though, I've received, Grave Chill twice? I'm like, where's that kind of luck that I need on this account? Like, what are you talking about? I can receive it twice in the same summoning session on a account that doesn't matter, but when it really comes down to mattering, I can't do it. I'm also looking for the Dead Crusader. I would love to see that come up in this video as well. Still just cannot hit him, which sucks. We could also wait for the market to go through and do the refresh, and then we can see if we get an ancient shard inside the market, which could make for a very entertaining end of the video. Other than that, I mean, we're really just at like a rambling point, so if anybody wants to leave at this point in time, they really just should, There ain't much going on, Doc. Okay. What do we got? We will do these last 10. We'll take a look at the market. If nothing good's in the market, we are going to end out the video. Still cannot hit the Dead Crusader. Still can't get a decent ancient. Alright. Nothing. Nothing at all. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. We have been making steady progress here, and I really do appreciate the support, and I'm hoping to keep doing a steady snowball progress into the future. Thank you guys again, and I will see you soon. Peace.